So what's the recipe today, Trev? Well, I've got sausages, milk, flour, salt and eggs, which I've got to get out, which by the magic of camera trickery, they've now appeared. So yes, what am I going to make today? A good old English classic. Toad in the hole. Yeah, toad in the hole. So let's make the batter. So I'll get the batter on the go, and then we'll come back to the rest of it. So here goes then. I've got the scales out here, as you can see. On the scales, I'm just going to put a regular bowl, turn it on. I've turned it on with the bowl on there so it tears it off for me. And on that, I want 6 ounces of flour. I think I'm on pounds and ounces here. It's my recipe for making toad in the hole anyway. So there we have it, 6 ounces of flour. You can't see it, can you? I'll turn it around, perhaps 6 ounces. Put that out of the way and turn that off now. And I'm just going to sieve that into a bowl. Sort of a mixing bowl. There's a boat going by, so everything's moving. Not exactly going very slow, but never mind. And the flour's got a little lumpy here. Doesn't want to go through my sieve very well. So just to help it out, I'm just pushing it through with the back of a spoon. I just want to do it this way. It helps get some air in the flour as well. There we go, all sieved. Into that, we're going to add 3 eggs. 1. I normally add the salt first, actually. Oh well. 2. 3 and a bit of shell. Just put the eggshells in the bowl to wash up. Yeah, I normally put the salt in first to mix it into the flour, but as I forgot. Half a teaspoonful of salt. And I'm going to put a little bit of milk in now, but we'll want some more in a minute. Just makes the mixing a little easier. I'm just going to use a hand mix. I do have one of those wand mixers on the boat, but for this I'm just going to use the hand mix. Hand whisk, I should say. Put a bit more in there. I know we're going to need quite a bit more. And some more. The only reason I've got milk on the boat is, well, basically this is the same mixture anyway. Well, it is the same mixture. I made Yorkshire puddings the other day. Well, I had roast beef. And I had a guest on the boat, so I made Yorkshire puddings. So I had to buy some milk. I would normally buy whole milk. I really begrudge buying things with stuff taken out. Why would you? Why? The only bit that's any good in milk is the cream, and they take it out to sell it separate. What a con. They try to make it out as healthier. That's a load of rubbish too. whenever you find things like low-fat cheese or anything like that, all the rubbish they have to add to it to replace the fat, you're much better off eating the fat. Just the same with yogurts. Now I believe to make a good batter, you need to let it sit for up to a couple of hours really. I think it's called pluming, so the flour absorbs the moisture. Now I'm going to leave it for a while. It probably won't be a couple of hours because I'm getting hungry. I've been locking this morning, so I'm going to be ready for something to eat. But we'll give it a bit more whisking, and then we're going to put it to one side. So I'm going to leave that now, and we'll come back to it later. Well, I've just set my batter here to one side. I'll just give it another quick little whisk. I'm just going to cut up my sausages. Well, I say cut them up. Just unlinking the links. Put them in a little glass Pyrex dish here to cook them in. I'm just going to spread them out in here. Probably going to put them around in a circle like so. And then through the middle. Try and make something work here. I want to keep them fairly evenly spaced, because I'm going to be putting the batter mix over it. That's going to work. So I'm going to throw those in the oven. I'm just going to pierce them a little bit as well. Now, I'm not sure how fatty these are going to be. These are supposed to be an Irish recipe type sausage. They were only cheap ones, so I'm not quite sure how much fat's going to come out of them. We've probably got a lot of cereal in them as a filler, as they were quite cheap. Anyway, I'm going to throw them in the oven, and I'm going to start cooking them. And then we'll be bringing them back out. I just want, if they don't produce enough fat for the batter mix, I'm going to add some lard. So I'm just going to put them in the oven. I'm not going to move the camera to show you doing that. You know how to put something in the oven. So trust me, they're going in the oven. So they're now in the oven. They're on gas mark 6, whatever that happens to be. In Fahrenheit, I can't remember now. I could look it up, but if I do, I'll put it at the bottom. So I'm going to leave them in there. I'm not going to cook them completely. I want them to start just cooking, getting hot. So when I add the batter mix, the batter's not going to be hitting anything cold. Also, I want a hot dish, hot fat, and hot sausages. That way, we should get a decent rise out of the batter mix. So we'll see, won't we? Anyway, sausages are going right now, and we'll come back to them in a moment. Well, I've just got the wooden chopping block out here, so I'm going to get the sausages out and see how they're doing. Though the worktops are not very good, I don't want to ruin them anymore. Yeah, they're just starting to brown a little bit. There's basically very little fat coming out of them, so I'm going to add a little fat to them now. Well, in here is what I cooked my chips in the other day. I made some chips when I had a guest on the boat, and it's a mixture of lard and beef dripping. I'm just going to take some of that out of here and put it into the bottom. You want quite a lot of fat to make a real good batter mix, I believe. It's quite important. And all the rubbish we've been taught over the years about how bad animal fats are for you, they're not. So right, that's going to do in there for now, I think. I'm just going to put that back in the oven again. That'll all fry or get hot. So I want basically smoking the fat when I add the batter. So it's on 6 at the moment. I'm going to turn it up to around about 8, I think. Yes, it's back in the oven and I've turned it up a little bit to about 7.5, 8. That's gas mark. Right, it's piping hot now. Quick, let's get this up again. Now pour it in. Here it says that it goes in, which is just what I want. I'll pour a little bit over the top of the sausages. I've probably got too much mixture here actually. Yeah, that's going to be enough. I made too much. That's got to go back in the oven. Right, that's back in the oven. Probably going to take about 35 minutes. I guess. I can never remember how long it takes. I don't make it very often, but I'm guessing around that sort of time. I don't want to open the oven door now. If you open the oven door, you'll end up with a flat Yorkshire. Basically, it's a Yorkshire pudding with sausages in it. You'll end up with a flat batter mix. So I'm not going to reopen the door now. It's going to stay closed. And I hope it doesn't burn. Right, let's get it out the oven and see how it looks. Well, there it is. There's my classic British toad in the hole. Perhaps not made in the classic dish it would be normally made in, but I think it looks okay. Let's get a little bit out, shall we, and try it. Put a plate up here as well. Well, there we go. Right, let's see what it tastes like, I guess. It's going to be hot, I know that much. Nice little bit of sausage there. Well, it looks okay, doesn't it? Nice bit of batter. Oh, that's warm. That's good. It's a good toad in the hole, that. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed that episode. By the way, no toads were hurt in the making of that episode. Just want to let you know, I didn't hurt any toads. Of course, big thank you goes out to all my supporters of the channel. There's so many now, it's a job to name you all, but you know who you are. And that just leaves me to say, thank you very much for watching. Trevor out.